Yeah, man ain't concentrating on the game like that. But yeah, I'm concentrating on the game still. I do the formation still. While we do this formation, while we do this go on.
I was gonna say a little rule thing there. We have to, because obviously you know how FIFA. I don't know if it's up to date. We have to do a lineup that is going to be likely for the actual game.
I think it is up to date. Yeah. I think it is up to date.
No, because mine's still got Martinelli. Would he start? No. White is White back yet? Can I use White or not?
I don't know if he's back yet. Nah.
Alright, cool. We'll just run with it. But yeah, what was you gonna say while we're doing teams?
While we're doing the teams, talk to me about Arteta's contract. When you saw the news, because they kept it quiet. They kept it quite hush hush, which is uncharacteristic for Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? But the fact that it was hush hush goes to one of my first points and reasons as to why I'm happy about him having a new contract, which is the discipline thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, where we've had leaks and stuff like that in the past, we just ain't having that at this particular moment. Do you know what I'm saying? And there feels like there's a real togetherness in the team. Obviously, do you know what I'm saying? When I talk about Arteta, man call me Arteta sexual blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, on a level, because I like him, I love him, I want him to be successful very badly. Do you know what I mean? I don't mind, man can say whatever they want, but yeah, for me, I was very, very happy. But how did you feel about it? Because I know that you were somewhat on the fence about him going through the season.
Definitely. I think for me, you know what, when I saw it, first of all, I like the whole fact that they had the women's team manager next to him as well.
Yes.
That was a bossy move, like, was showing a real cohesion. And I think, like you said, it links to the fact that we're really seeing a shift in the whole culture at Arsenal, not just even in Arteta's quarters. We're seeing above him, we're seeing in the women's team, we're seeing everywhere. And I like that. Do you know what I mean? I thought it was a classy way to reveal it. But yeah, my initial thoughts was, makes sense, because like we've spoken about, you know, privately off air, this is the biggest summer in Arsenal's history for a while. And I think, you know, stability going forward in terms of the management. You know, we had a few rumours, even though we knew that was going to happen. We heard about PSG, you know, maybe coming in for him. And a few other teams looking at him and saying, you know what, this guy could be a top coach and we might want to get in there. So I think it's good from a captain point of view. When I say captain, a captain of the ship. Arteta's the captain of this new program.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
I don't like the words, but it was good to say, all right, our captain's here, he's settled. Now let's build on that. And I think initially, I can't lie, I'll be real. I thought, why are they doing it before the season's done? But, you know, upon pondering and realizing, hold on, they're already negotiating with players as it stands. Apparently they've got all their business lined up and ready to go. So if anything, that actually does make sense. You know, we secured Europe, whether it's going to be Europa or Champions League, obviously we're going to come on to that later. But I liked it. When I thought about it more, I liked all the things and the signals that it sent out. So yeah, bro, I can't lie, happy, man, and excited, but also a bit nervous as well. I'll be real,
I feel like the fact that there's other clubs looking at him, and clubs of the stature of PSG, we know they have like problems problems, but they are still like a top club, regardless of how you feel about their money and all the rest of it. It's like, it's one of them ones where we as fans, you know, we only think about wins, we only think about trophies. That's what football's become. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not a club in the sense of what a club used to be like. Do you know what I mean? It's just a case of, do you win trophies? Are you top four? Blah 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 blah. But a club is so much more than that. And the fact that some of these other clubs are looking at him goes to show the kind of standing that he has amongst his peers. Even if he doesn't have that kind of standing, you know, people might not get it, but people within the football world, he's very, very highly respected. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna lick this shot. Why not? Wow. But yeah, so for me, you know, that's a big buy-in sign. You know, he was saying in interviews that like a lot of the players were asking about his future, and I think not only that, I think it's important that he has this contract and has this backing when he's going into the transfer window, because people want to know who is the manager going to be. It's this whole project thing. Do you know what I'm saying? And like we see with like United, they can always get players, but you know, the more they talk about this rebuild, you know, we tried a little rebuild thing. I don't even think Emery was really a rebuild necessarily. It was more like just picking up where Wenger left off. But you know, we've seen stopgap. But we've seen this like rebuild chat with United time and time again, and they keep rebuilding with this manager, rebuilding with that manager, and it never really happens. And I think, you know, it can kind of lose its steam a bit. People might not necessarily believe, like, you know, people are already a bit nervous about What a goal.
Finish.
People are already a bit nervous about Ten Hag, you know, and saying how long is he going to have? Is he going to have time? Etc, etc, etc. And I think, you know, we want players to be coming in thinking, yeah, you know, this Arteta guy's the guy. Do you know what I mean? He has a certain level of authority. He stamped his authority over the team already. And if we secure top 4, we only need, if, like I said, if Tottenham lose tonight, which, you know, they'll be favourites to lose tonight. Anything can happen in football, but you know, if they lose tonight, we're only 6 points away from top 4. And you know, for me, as I've said this whole season, that would be a gross. Oh, what a flick! That would be a gross overachievement. Do you know what I mean? Oh, let's see. What do we do here? Oh, I bottled that. But yeah, you know that. I've said all along, like, getting back into Europe, it's baby steps. Like, if we look at who's 8th in the Premier League table right now.
Ooh, I don't even know. Is it United? Or...
No, I think United like 7th. Might be like Leicester or something like that. Like, would we expect? I'll Google it in a second. Do you know what I mean? Whoever's 8th in the Premier League table right now.
That's a great save.
What a save!
Save that?
What a save! I'm pretty good at saving with the keeper, to be fair.
No
would we expect whoever's 8th right now to go and get 4th next season?
Absolutely not.
No. Do you know, and on that basis, that's why I'm saying it would be an overachievement. Do you know what I'm saying? Because that, you know, we wouldn't expect this from Rodgers. Even if Rodgers spent 100 mil in the summer, we would not expect them to go and get top 4. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Might be West Ham actually.
Is it West Ham?
Finish.
Oh,
I'm gonna check it right now actually. Who's 8th right now? Wolves. Boom. Perfect example. Wolves are 8th right now, yeah, in the table. If Wolves went and spent 100 million on a bunch of youngsters from around Europe, a bunch of Portuguese youngsters as they do, would we expect them to go and get 4th next season? No. It's only because it's Arsenal that we have that level of expectation. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, you know, that how could he not, if like, when, because earlier on in the season you were saying, you know what I'm saying, you might not want to admit it at this point, but you were saying, boy, if you don't get top 4, I might want him gone. And I said to you that's crazy. That's insane. So if he comes 5th and he's like 2 points behind Tottenham or something, obviously it's an L, and you know, whatever, you're gonna get bantered and all the rest of it, social media, etc. But if he gets 5th, you know, bro, that's it's a step forwards. I'm not gonna say it's a very good season, but it's a step forwards. Do you know what I mean? To go and compete at a level that we've not competed at for a long time. Do you know what I mean? So I'm super happy about him having the contract. I'm super happy about the direction the club's going. Obviously things can change very quickly, but like I say, this early in his management career to be linked with PSG, and I know PSG go for like the new shiny toy and all the rest of it, but this early in his career to be linked to the clubs of that size, you know, I think that's very impressive. I think that's very, very impressive. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, as the viewers can see, oh no way.
Yes, that's last. That's Eddie. That's what he needs to do.
Funny. I was gonna say, in what world is Eddie doing that?
Of course he's doing that.
Do you know who Eddie reminds me of right now? Eddie reminds me of Theo Walcott.
Yeah,
where he would be dead. He would be dead all season, and then last few games of the season he'll turn it on every year, and you'd think, oh, after the summer, this Eddie guy, bro, he's going to be a machine. Every summer we get gassed thinking Walcott was going to be this baller, and then he just wouldn't be. And then last games of the season, he would just come and turn it on. Great feat by Jack Harrison. But yeah, you know,
he would do it at good moments though.
Yeah, FA Cup finals and all that. Like Walcott was actually quite a big game player. He's like our Drogba, where he wasn't necessarily consistent, but he was a big game player for cup finals and stuff like that for sure. Use his strength, lad. Lovely stuff. Sit down. Oh no.
Bumbled it.
Oh,
no.
we'll take that.
Oh,
We'll take that. A bit too physical. But yeah, so you know, I'll be super happy. And like I say, if Liverpool can just do what Liverpool do, I'll be very surprised if they don't. We are 6 points, bro. 6 points from top 4. Like obviously we want to do it. We want to do it as soon as possible. Beating Leeds, and then you know, beat Spurs. Ah, for God's sake, beat Spurs in their backyard and secure top 4. That'd be amazing. But I'll be so confident taking 6 points from these last 4 games, from anywhere, wherever they come from. Do you know what I mean? Because the thing of Arteta and the thing of this team is that we know they can bounce back. We know they can bounce back. Do you know what I mean? Even if we take an L or take a draw, we know they'll bounce back in some way. Do you know what I mean? But obviously, for the sake of making it safe, if we can get a win against Leeds tomorrow, and if we can get a win against Spurs, we could potentially be looking up the table to even third with 2 games left, do you know what I mean? Which would just be beyond insane. Beyond insane. You know, it's just with the kind of money that Chelsea have spent and all the rest of it. And I don't like all this revisionist history of oh, but Lukaku's not been great and this, that. So what? What's that got to do with anything? So what? That's football. You're just describing football. Do you know what I mean? And now United fans are coming out and messaging me saying, "Oh, but United haven't been great." And but, bruv, so what? When Wenger got sacked or when Emery got sacked, there was no excuses. There was no, "Oh, well, you beat a poor Arsenal side," but there was none of that. People just enjoyed beating us and said, "Oh, you lot are dead," and that's it. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't like any of this going back because of revisionist history. For me, getting back in the top 6 would have been dope. Top 4 is a massive overachievement. Top 3 is way beyond an achievement. Do you know what I mean? And then we just have to keep that consistency. So with that being said, how do you feel about the game tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm fairly confident. I have to be honest. I don't want to write Leeds off because I looked at their results before this.
They're unbeaten in 4.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, they're unbeaten in 4 games.
And
so
the City loss that they had wasn't really reflective of the performance. I mean, I watched the highlights. Obviously, I didn't watch all of it, but it wasn't like a drumming like usual when they were under Bielsa, where it was literally just they were trying to match City at their own game and they got torn apart. City was really good.
This new manager they've got is much more refined, isn't he? He's a little bit smarter, he's a little bit sharper. He's not what my boy J-Rock would call rock and roll football, just throwing everything out there, you know, and just seeing what happens. Like, he's a bit more slick and, you know, what a finish. He's a little bit slicker, he's a little bit sharper. They do play some good stuff. They still do have lots of like athletes in that team. I don't want them, you know, they still have the ability, they have that because of Bielsa, they have that ability to run all day and stuff like I think Stuart Dallas is still going to be injured, which will be a blow to them.
Bamford could be back apparently.
They're a bit of a shithouse team as well, Leeds, which we struggle with. Like, do you know what I mean? They will be quite aggressive. Like, I don't know if you saw, do you watch the City game?
I didn't watch it, no.
Stuart Dallas got injured, but he was just fouling, flipping unbelievable stuff. I tried to go for it. He was just fouling Jack Grealish the whole game.
Was he?
The whole game. He was just kicking people the whole game, and then he come off. He ended up getting himself injured, and I think he might have picked up a yellow because he fouled Jack Grealish like in a really aggressive challenge, and actually ended up coming off worse in the challenge.
By trying to bruck him up.
Yeah, by trying to bruck him up, like, do you know what I mean? So they will, and I think that's something that this Arsenal team, as all Arsenal teams, the better football we play, the more sort of like soft we are, if that makes sense. Not necessarily soft, but you know, you can rough us up a little bit, especially when these guys are younger and all the rest of it. So that's a component that I'm slightly worried about, getting a bit roughed up before the North London derby. We want to go to North London derby as fit and as sharp as possible.
Especially someone like Saka, who's been a target in every game.
Yeah, Saka gets targeted constantly, and you know what? It's not, I'm happy to see it, but it's nice to have a player that's getting targeted again. Do you know what I mean? Because all these United fans tell me about Greenwood and tell me about this and that or whatever, and they say, you know, Saka's not that good or whatever. Bro, they obviously know he is, because whenever we play them, their coaches are telling their team, target this Saka guy, stop him. Do you know what I mean? Do whatever you can, foul him, do whatever. So, you know, that lets me know that even if they don't want to admit it, their own clubs know that this guy's a serious baller. Do you know what I mean? So Ødegaard doesn't really pick up too many fouls. He's a little bit too slick, and he tends not to hold on to the ball for that long. Saka's more of a dribbler, so he picks up a lot of fouls, but Ødegaard's so slick with like popping the ball about and moving it around and stuff like that. So but yes, that's the only thing I'm a little bit worried about, is that rough and tough side of the game. But if we just let our football do the talking, we should be able to come off the better team 100%.
Yeah, no, I think so. And I think as well, if we score first, like, let's say 2 before half time, it changes the complexion of the game as well. We can even start to bring a Pepe on, because I want to see that guy. I can't lie, man. He's been sitting there. Release him, man. We know
he has a good record against Leeds.
Yeah,
he had the little fight with one of the Leeds players, didn't he? Like, he had a little rap. He was, not Click. It was I can't remember, but he was a known shithouse as well. That player,
Yeah.
I can't remember his name, but he was like another Neil Mope, where he's a proper wind up merchant. He was their fullback, and he loves to wind people up and stuff. And Pepe is liable to get rattled. No way, what a goal, bloody hell! But yeah, I think after beating United and Chelsea, you have to be confident. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you have to be confident going against Leeds. And the big criticism that we'd had, and I'd had it about the club as well, is about the team, is that we were struggling to score more than one goal. Do you know what I mean? And then we come out and score 3, we come out and score 4, and again, people say, oh, but they were poor, or they didn't do this. And that. That's football. All these years that we were playing with Wenger towards the later years and under Emery, whatever, when we were getting smashed, we could make so many excuses about, but you know, when we lost 3-0 to City at the beginning of the season, but we didn't have this player, and you know, our starting 11 wasn't there, and our striker, we can make so many excuses. It's irrelevant. That's football. No one cares. Like the history books aren't going to reflect that. Do you know what I mean? The reality is we bagged 3 against United, we bagged 4 against Chelsea, and Chelsea are a very, very good side. They have some turbulence in the club at the moment, but they are a very, oh my god, look at the feet. They are a very, very good team, a very expensive team as well. So I ain't trying to hear all that. Do you know what I mean? So
and the bottom line is, it's not our fault that other teams are poor. Same way it weren't their fault when we were poor. Do you know what I mean? That's the bottom line. You
can make arguments about like the United 8-2. All man remember is 8-2, not remembering like the team and who the players were at the time. And do you know what I mean? Man are beating us when we had like Socrates and Mustafi. Do you know what I mean? And David Luiz, bro. But bruv, those were the fullbacks. Socrates, Mustafi, David Luiz, Rob Holding. That's peak, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? In this team, now we could get back to top 4. Look, Rob Holding, I love Rob Holding, but he's a third, fourth choice centre-back. He's a come off the bench to secure, to close the game out centre. He's not that guy was our starting centre-back and was probably one of the better centre-backs out of that team. Do you know what I mean? We had Mustafi, who I didn't think was that bad. To be honest with you, I genuinely didn't think he was that bad, but he was prone to mistakes. David Luiz prone to mistakes. Socrates, who was just a bog standard, never should have been at Arsenal. Not awful, just like just so stiff, so just dry. And you know, we had Per Mertesacker before, who was very stiff and didn't move a lot, but he was like a big leader, a big talker, and he was an elite level centre back that could like read challenges ahead of time. Like Socrates wasn't that. But yeah, so like no one cares about how bad your team is right now and all the excuses and blah blah. That's football. Every team has some sort of problem, some sort of argument. It's like when you go into a game and everyone's got a bit of a niggle. Do you rarely go into a game fully fit. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
what a great save! What a great save!
Yeah, no,
Everyone goes into a game with a little bit of an ankle injury, a little bit of something. Do you know what I mean? Not quite fresh, upset tummy, something. Do you know what I mean? No way. I thought you were gonna lick it with Thomas Partey.
No, I wasn't. Lick it, go on, Jack.
I knew you were itching for one. I knew it. But yeah, so for us to go, you know, I think even if we concede against Leeds, and it's possible we concede against Leeds, I don't think that we concede enough to lose the game. I think we should be outscoring them, and I think we should be getting back to our sort of roots of our defence has never been amazing, but we can outscore teams. Do you know what I mean? And coming towards the end of the season, you can feel the good energy and the good vibe, given that, you know, we're scoring 3s and 4s, instead of like just one goal, because for the longest we were just scoring 1. So I think I might go 3-1. I might go for a 3-1.
I'm going 3-1. Or do you know what? I'm actually more confident. I'm saying 4.
4-1.
I'm saying 4. I feel 4 on this. Yeah. Because,
I'd like to see that.
Yeah, depending on the way they play. Are they going to play with their fullbacks, Leeds? I can't remember their formation. Yeah. If he starts Martinelli, I see him getting 2. I see him hungry, man.
Do you want to switch to Spurs Liverpool, or do you want to switch teams? What do you want to do?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Spurs Liverpool. All right, cool. Let's go. Yeah, I think if you go rematch, we can swap teams. I think it won't go straight. Yeah, I don't think it goes like directly into a rematch.
Another
if it
thing
does,
that
I'll be surprised.
Ask you actually, did you hear about the timing of when they actually offered in the contract?
Yes, yeah. I didn't think that was true.
Yeah,
I don't
until
know.
I heard him say it.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm assuming you want me to be Spurs.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, that's mental, isn't it?
Yeah, very mad.
I think the timing of the deal makes sense. So is he saying then that they offered him the deal then and he just didn't take it?
Yeah, off the back of the 3 losses, they offered it to him, made it clear that this is what we want to do. And yeah, then obviously it was revealed, and I guess he finalised it this week.
Yeah, that's a bit mad. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that I'm happy about that. I mean, that's going. Nah, that's going a bit. That's going a bit too far. That's that we're going too far at that point. It's fine. It's fun now on a level like these men need to calm down. Like it's fine because of where we're at now, but if we lost our next 4 games or we lost, if we lose like I don't know 2 wins and a draw and Tottenham get 3 wins. And we come 5th, and then it came out that they'd done this, or we saw it in the documentary. Man would be going nuts. Man would be going nuts. I think that's crazy to be offering them that after 3 losses. Do you know what I mean? Because okay, cool. Like in hindsight, you got these players in, and they were doing this, that, and the third, and whatever. But we didn't know how these players were going to perform. Lots of these players are untested in the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know about that.
Wait, you know, I'm talking about the 3 losses recently, not the 3 losses at the start of the season.
Oh, got you.
Brighton, Southampton, and who was it? Crystal Palace.
Right, I got because all I saw was the clip. All I saw was the clip of they offered me blah blah blah. Hold on 1 second, bruv. Why Lucas Moura's not fast, is he?
No, he's not. What have they
He's got 90 pace.
Huh?
What? How? That's what I'm saying about these, bruv. He's got more pace than Son. Son's 88 pace and Lucas Moura's 90 pace.
What happened? He ran fast this week. Is this up to date?
Oh, bruv, man's running faster than his hairline, bruv. This is ridiculous, bruv. I don't know about this game sometimes, but yeah. And they got Dele Alli as well, but I'm gonna leave him in the reserves. Yeah, joke, man, bruv, idiot. But yeah, okay. That makes more sense. Okay, now I need to reassess and calm down then. That makes more sense because after like I said, after the 3 recent losses, he was still on track. Like, bro, we've lost so many games this season that we shouldn't be losing. Many, and I know everybody's going to say the same thing. Everyone's going to say the same thing, but I know, do you know what I mean? Like, I know people laugh at us about the Man City game because we crumbled. That was a good, but the first half performance was really good. The one that stings the most is the Everton one, the Demarai Gray one. That was really, really painful. Like, and two of those 3 losses, I think next season, like genuinely. And I know everyone is going to have losses that they feel like, you know, next season won't be losses, and maybe I'm being delusional. But bro, I really feel like if we live this season again, or without the drama of Aubameyang and without the uncertainty of this, that, and the third, bro, we can be 3rd next season.
Yep.
No bullshit.
And if we make the right signings, 100%.
Yeah, bro, 100%.
We're there, bro. In terms of the direction of our club, the stability at our club, we are most viable for that spot. You know, Chelsea have just got new owners. What is it today?
Yeah.
There's loads of contracts that they got to sort out. Players that are already having deals with Barcelona. United we've already spoken about. Tottenham, Kane. Depending on where they finish, Kane could be gone. Conte could be gone. There's rumours of him PSG. So you know, there's no stability anywhere across that. You know, outside of City and Liverpool, and even City, like who knows what their owners will do with like the way that they lost the Champions League semi-final. I think Pep will probably stay because there's not a better alternative. But there isn't anything out there. So, but yeah, no, you're right. Like we should be, we should be targeting, top 4 again. And winning a trophy next season. Do you know what I mean? Top 4 in an FA Cup. So, because, bro, man are going to laugh at us and say we're not ambitious, but 3-4 years of consistent top 4 football with a manager that's never managed before after coming 8th twice, that's good stuff. That is, do you know what I mean? And when the Salah and Mane, we might have to wait for Salah and Mane to move on before we can really go and take those spots, or wait for certain players to move on, because these teams just operate so slick. But, we can go and upset the apple cart a little bit. I think us getting top 4 this season is us upsetting the apple cart right now. Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? Near post. Oh, big save. So yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, after the 3 recent defeats, I don't. What finish? Yes, way. It's Harry Kane. I think that's okay, because even with those 3 defeats, he's on target. Because for me, there's no way that they sat in a boardroom and said, we're going to give you a bunch of youngsters. We're going to give you Martin Odegaard, and loads of people saying, he's untested and this, that, and the third. He had a big reputation when he's young, but
people wanted Buendia and Maddison instead. Remember?
Yeah. That was a big conversation. Yeah, for sure. And I think I might have wanted Buendia. To be fair, yeah. I think out of the 3, I wanted Buendia. But we got an untested player there. Who else we got? We got Ben White, who people were laughing at and saying like, oh, you've been. Yep. We got Aaron Ramsdale.
Next Michael Keane and them things. Yeah, that's what man was saying to me.
That's the thing. Like people were saying, like you spent 150 million, but bro, the real money, apart from that, we've got Tavares and Lukonga, but the real money, it was just Ramsdale, Ben White, and Odegaard. That's it. That's not. Do you know what I'm saying? Like for City, that would be a poor transfer window. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, you wouldn't be saying that. You wouldn't be saying that. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, Liverpool go and get Thiago. He's like European elite, won Champions Leagues. You know, we're getting Odegaard. You know, he's like he's at Sociedad. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing you got to look at. Forget about the money. These men are signing players that are coming from top European elite clubs. We're signing players. We sign players in the summer from Sheffield United, Brighton, and Real Sociedad.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So when you look at it like that, bro, it's crazy. It's absolutely insane the job that this guy's done.
And even so, those signings were to like adapt to a already depleted squad that was still depleted even after that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That left back.
Because Odegaard's come straight in and be like a starting 10. Exactly. White's come in, he's been a starting centre back, and Ramsdale's come in and been a starting goalkeeper. To sign 3 players, 3 marquee signings. They're only marquee because of the price. They're not really. In any other club, they probably wouldn't be marquee signings. But to go and sign 3 signings and put them all straight into the first team, and for it to work, that is not easy.
Oh.
You shot twice, didn't you?
Yeah, I don't know what happened then.
You did that. You can do like a time finishing thing on the game.
Oh,
so if you,
is that what it was?
yeah, like you know, like in basketball, like when you time it, like if it flashes green, it's like a perfect shot. It can't be stopped, basically. But I saw it flash red, so I was like. Nah, I was like, I was like, nah, that's not gonna hit right there. I tried it, but yeah, you know, I'm super happy with the contract. I'm super happy with the team. Couple signings, you know, I think Granit Xhaka's position has to be adapted. Dude, he's even getting the best out of Xhaka. I think I'm seeing Xhaka play some of the best football. I'm seeing Xhaka doing, and he's a
season for a while.
Yeah, I think so, and he's what's rare about Arteta is he seems to be, and we'll know more when the documentary comes out. I'm now very gassed for this documentary, but he seems to be a good manager and a good coach.
Yeah,
that's very, very like rare nowadays. Do you know what I mean? There's great managers, and then they rely heavily on their coaching team. You know, he seems to be a good manager, good coach. A little bit of money ball as well with like the set pieces. And you know what I mean, our set piece coach this season has been an absolute godsend. Have we still not conceded from a corner?
Bro, we still have not conceded.
Oh my god, bro! If we go an entire season,
we got Leicester. We got Leicester conceding every set piece they get.
Yeah, I mean, again, like centre backs, I wanted Sionchu.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I want to see Sionchu, and he looks like, you know, not necessarily a one-season wonder. He still looks good, but he doesn't quite look the same. He doesn't look the same as he did before, and all the rest of it. Like, it's insane. So, you know, we can't second-guess this guy. We want something long-term. That's what we're used to. Fucking Firmino, bro. That's what we're used to with Wenger. You know, we're not used to having manager change every season, every other season. You know, like a Chelsea or a Watford or something like that. No disrespect to those clubs, they run perfectly fine. We're just not used to it. Do you know what I mean? We're not used to that level of uncertainty. You know, Chelsea are more used to uncertainty, but like it might be great, it might be bad. We're used to like certain average. Do you know what I mean? We would take a certain 4th place over gambling for a title where you might come 8th or you might win a title. Do you know what I mean? Whereas Chelsea would probably gamble. They're happy to kind of yo-yo a little bit more because that's how their club's operated, and who knows how their club's going to operate now. But yeah, I think if we can secure 3-1, 4-1, like we say, and then we go into the Spurs game, we can go into that Spurs game. I know Arteta will be drumming to them, it's a cup final, it's a cup final, it's a cup final, but we can go into that Spurs game and really enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? Not enjoy it too much to the point that we lose, but the pressure will be on Spurs. The pressure won't be on us. Do you know what I mean? They will have to come out and step to us, and as they do, we can pick them off. Do you know what I mean? And that'll just be such a fun... Oh, my days.
This is a joke, because you can't touch them in a box.
Oh, man.
Oh, this game.
But yeah, if we can go to Spurs and really enjoy it, I think that'll be the main thing for us. Do you know what I mean? And then again, even if we picked up a draw, we'd have 2 games left and only need 3 points to secure top 4.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, and then who have we got last 2 games of the season? Everton and Newcastle.
Yep. So.
Yeah, I know Everton's the very, very last game. If we can send Frank down on the last game of the season, that'd be amazing. Frank and Dele Alli, that'd be great. But yeah, so for me, oh man, I'm so this is the most excited I've been for a long time. I think.
Honestly. 100%.
Yeah. Does it feel real? Does it feel real to you? At what point does it feel real for you?
For me, because even this morning, like, I was watching a few videos and I was like, raw, like, do you know what I think hit me even more when I saw the quality of the games this week with City, Madrid, and I'm like, we could be in this.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like what I said to you earlier when I was watching the videos on YouTube of like great football moments, and I was getting teary-eyed. I was watching like famous like renditions of "You'll Never Walk Alone" and those European nights and all that kind of stuff. And I was just watching it, and I was like, bro, you know, we've been out of that for so long. Yeah, we've got a couple of FA Cups, and you know, we've got great memories at Wembley, but we are missing that. Do you know what I mean? And you know me, I'm absolutely committed to going to Europe and going to these games. And it's just like, oh man, you know, that it would just get you so emotional, and just to be back at that level. You know, I could see why players would be like, listen, I got to play in Europe. You know what I mean? Because it's just something that has to, if you're an elite level footballer, it doesn't feel right not performing in that arena. And like you say, the quality of the games, the storylines, the narratives, do you know what I mean? Everything, you know, every time, you know, in the Champions League final, when Trent steps over to a corner, everyone's going to remember corner taken quickly. You know, you're just going to remember these moments. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, you know, that's so bad. Don't know what that was. Offside. Not offside.
No way. Who played him on then?
I don't know why that wasn't offside. I don't know. Maybe it came off your player. I don't know. But yeah, you know, to have these moments and to have that sort of those sort of emotions and stuff like that. You know, like I say, we do have them. We've consistently got trophies and all that kind of stuff, and it's great. We've got, you know, a couple of FA Cups in the last 5 years and stuff, and we love an FA Cup. But I think next season, top 4 again. You know, I don't think we're going to be better than City or Liverpool, and certainly not as consistent because they are freaks of nature. But, you know, to be back at that level and just upset the apple cart a little bit, and then go and get an FA Cup, a League Cup, something, do you know what I mean? Round of 16, you know, all that kind of stuff. You know, I don't know where we would go to in the Champions League next season if we get there.
But you know, another thing that I was like reflecting on this week, I was having a conversation with a few people on Twitter, like, the best team doesn't win the Champions League all the time. No. There's so much that it's a tournament football. Like,
of course. You know, bro, so man, don't forget that I always bring up that FA Cup win, and people like, bro, it's only the FA Cup. On the route to that FA Cup, we beat that season when we were garbage. The season we finished 8th, good finish. En route to that FA Cup win, we beat United, City, and then Chelsea in the final. Do you know what I mean? So in the league, we had this. Arsenal can't take points from top 6 clubs, but. Which was true, but in the cup, when it's cup football, anything can happen. Do you know what I mean? We beat 3 of the top 6 teams. Well, yeah, and there's only, obviously we're one of them, so there's only 5 teams. Do you know what I mean? We beat everyone in that run, you know, which is just insane. Like, it's a difficult run that we've had. Do you know what I mean? Or that we did have for that cup. So yeah, you're right. I mean, it's just you can just go and perform on the night. I think tournament football, it'll be really interesting to see who steps up and who just loves it on any given night. I mean, because, you know, you could be a game where, like, you know, Tavares is a bit of a loose cannon, but listen, when it comes to tournament football, he does a mad thing or whatever. It could be anyone. Do you know what I mean? You know, I was watching on that football moments video that I was watching on YouTube. You might have to do like a little reaction video to it or something at some point. But on that video, there was the moment that France qualified for the World Cup when it was like they were 1-0 down, and it was Thuram, the defender, who had never scored a goal for France, but he stepped up and he scored 2 goals in that game to get them one goal to get them back to 1-1 and 1 goal to get them back to get them up to 2-1. And the goals, like, one of them was a corner, but one of them was like an amazing finish from outside the box. It was like a Rudiger strike from miles out, and it flew in, and it was just like, bruv, how? Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, but so you just don't know in tournament football. You know, can you imagine that Ben White steps up and just hits a 40-yard screamer? You know, only in these types of competitions competitions do these things happen.
What do you remember El Nenny's banger?
Yeah. Man, don't forget El Neni scores Champions League bangers. And again, but this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. No way. This is what I'm talking about when I say that Arteta can coach. Do you know what I mean? We're seeing El Neni and Xhaka play, arguably for me, some of the best football of their career. And comfortably controlling the midfield against Chelsea. Comfortably. And this is a Chelsea, and you can say like, yeah, Lukaku and the ownership and blah blah blah. This Chelsea midfield is stacked. This Chelsea midfield, do you know, just to play, they've got Jorginho, they've got Kovacic, they've got Kante, they've got Mount. Do you know what I mean? They've got so many. If you drop Havertz, I know Havertz plays 9 sometimes, but if you drop him into a false 9 or a 10 role, they've got Havertz in there. You know, they've got Pulisic out wide, Ziyech. They've got so many players that are better man for man than our players. But these guys are playing some of the best football they've ever played, and they are, you know, technically what we would have considered average players. I don't know how you guys are getting in. Oh my God, what a goal! Only Salah. Please, Salah, do this tomorrow, please. I'm throwing the game to judge the result tonight. Yeah, exactly. My bad, tonight. So yeah, it's just, you know, these moments are why we're so desperate to get back into the Champions League. People will say, "Oh, you're making up numbers, or whatever, bro." In European football, there's like, you know, there's multiple hundreds of teams,
it's all the best, literally, bro. Everyone's there.
Yeah, like it's not making up numbers. Like you obviously, yes, there's finances, but you have to be there. You have to be there. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, what man's bruv? There's all these man that's telling me like, oh, you know, you're just making up numbers. I'm like, fam, you man are the same man that buy tables and go to clubs every weekend and they're patting no gal and no numbers. You man are there making up numbers, you idiots. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's what it is, isn't it? But you still want to be there. You still want to be in that environment. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So, bruv, I can't get out of this Liverpool press. My days, bruv. Nah, let me come back. Let me focus and come back. Hey, if I come back right now, what are we doing? You owe me a little quarter chicken or something. Oh my days.
That's a little quarter chicken. Nah, I'll pay for your food at the next Arsenal game that we go to.
Say no more. That'd be more than a quarter chicken, but say.
Trust me, word. I didn't say what food, though. That could be a packet of crisps, fam.
That's because that would still be more than a quarter chicken, bro. These club prices are crazy, yeah, man. Who can take free kicks in this team? It's only Lo Celso that can really take free kicks in this team, to be fair. This is a bit mad. Ah, it's gone wide. Or has it? Oh, that's close. What do you think then tonight? We've done the predictions for Arsenal. Predictions for tonight in this game.
I said to my colleague, because my colleague's a Spurs fan, innit? I feel like there's going to be goals. I feel like there's going to be a lot of goals. I don't know why. Because both of those styles that Tottenham and Liverpool play kind of cancel each other out.
They'll both go for it. They'll both push. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I initially said 2-2, but now I think 3-1 Liverpool. Or 3-2, because I do feel like Spurs will score 1 or 2.
Yeah.
I mean, and Conte's not. We need to understand his levels when it comes to management. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this is Anfield. I heard a crazy stat. I don't know how true it is. I didn't get to fact check it. Apparently, Van Dijk hasn't lost at Anfield. When there's been fans, I think he lost in the pandemic once. He lost during the whole. See, no one's allowed.
Oh no.
But I don't think he's ever lost. So this is Anfield we're talking about. Oh, that's so jammy! I've got a touch to that. That's an own goal. No, that is jarring.
So yeah, Son is the player that I'm the most worried about in this Spurs team. He's just amazing. The guy's just a freak. Good game, GG's.
Yeah, 3-2. Let's hope. There we go. The prediction.
I mean, what's the point saying? What does a draw do for us? We're on 63. Right. If they draw, they'll be on 62. That means that they would only be able to get a maximum 71 points, and that means that we would only need 8 points. No, we still need 9 points. We still need 3 wins. We really need them to lose. And then a win against Leeds would put us on 63, and a win against Spurs would put us on 66, and then we would still need 5 points from the last 2 games. So we would need to win all our games. If they even get a draw, it would really put a lot of pressure on us. We need them to lose, realistically. You know, if otherwise. Because I'm just so nervous about us being able to.
I think the part of it that gives me more confidence is that Liverpool won, they're relentless, but they're actually still going for the title.
Yes, that's it. Exactly, that's the thing. We needed Liverpool to still be in the running for the title to be able to. Yeah, no, I agree totally.
That gives me more confidence that, you know what, they ain't laying down unless something miraculously weird happens. I don't know. Like Dyke said off, they go down to 10, and they're struggling and they're trying. Do you know what I mean? But I'm just so confident in the quality that they'll just have enough.
They're a better side, but like this Spurs team can just upset the apple cart. They've done it a couple times before. They've beat City before. Yeah, they can sit there. Yeah, so it can happen. It can happen. Is that Anfield? Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
That's going to make it more difficult if it's at Anfield, obviously. But we'll have to see. I'll definitely be tuning in, and then we'll see. Predictions. Oh man, yeah, I'll go 3-2. It's on my screen right now. I think Spurs will get a goal or two. They are like a free-flowing team, counter-attacking team. Liverpool can play into their strengths a little bit. And Klopp won't change. He won't be intimidated by Spurs, and he won't change his mind. So, yeah, I think maybe a 3-2. I could see a 3-2, and I'm being optimistic, obviously, but I could see 3-2 for Liverpool beating Spurs and 3-1 for Arsenal beating Leeds. That's what I would take. What do you think?
I'm agreeing with you. 3-2. I had another question, which I don't know if we can round off on.
Go ahead. Let's round off on this.
Yeah. So put this in the comments as well, guys. I was thinking to myself, what would we do if we didn't get top 4? Let's say, God forbid, we have a bit of a collapse and we end up finishing 5th. That means we're going to the Europa League. Would you take a run to the Europa League final, but we lose it? Or if you knew it was going to happen, so a run to the Europa League final, we lose it, or we finish top 4, but we get knocked out in the group stages from Champions League.
Group stage and top 4. I mean, if we lose the final, where would we finish?
What's that?
Like, so you said, League. Yeah. So the argument is either lose the group stage and get top 4, or get to the final and get top 6.
Well, we wouldn't know. The outcome of the next season is not known, but I'm saying from the decider of this season, say we finish 5th this season. Yeah. So we have a collapse in the next 4 games.
Chelsea's winning 2-1, by the way, but go on.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
We have a collapse this season.
Yeah.
But we finish 5th, get into Europa League and go to the final, but lose it. Obviously, when you finish the Europa League final, the season's not done yet, is it? You still have 1 or 2 games left.
Yeah.
I think, unless it's last. But let's just say hypothetically. That's what's going to happen. So what would you take? We don't know the finish of next season. Would you take a 4th this season, but a group stage knockout next season? Or would you take the run to the final and finish 5th this season?
No, I would take the 4th. I would take the 4th because I think the transfer window, the notoriety. I think that with the momentum that we've got in the team, if we don't finish 4th, they'll feel so deflated. We need to keep really positive. We really need to keep good momentum going, and we need to get back also to secure these players like Odegaard. By next summer, people will want him. Gabriel, other teams want him. Saka, other teams want him. Martinelli, Liverpool already want him. Do you know what I'm saying? We need to be at least in it. There'll be some loyalty to us because for a lot of these players, they wouldn't be there without Arsenal Football Club. Saka, we brought him through. Martinelli, we gave him his European break, etc. He loves us. He wants to be here for a long time. But I do think that the more we're out of Champions League football, the more risk there is of us losing our players. We need to retain these players. And one of the big things that we need to change at Arsenal at the moment is when we go and sell players, we need to sell them for maximum value. So if we're going to lose Saka, we cannot lose Saka like Oxlade-Chamberlain. We can't lose Saka for 25 million. It's nonsense. We need to sell Saka to a top club for 80 million pounds. 80, 90 million pounds. That's what it's got to be. Do you know what I mean? And we have backups where we go, okay, cool, let's bring this guy through, that guy through, whatever. Do you know what I mean? This losing our best players for nothing has to change, and it's one of the biggest problems that we've had going backwards. And again, them being in the Champions League is going to push their value upwards. All of this stuff to make our club sustainable is about being in the top 4 and about being in the Champions League. Even if we don't win it, we have to be in there.
Yeah, no, you're right.
What do you think?
Riding on it. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Originally, I was thinking about, what? I just really want a European trophy. And I really wish that run that we had when we got knocked out to, who was it? Was it Olympiacos?
Yeah.
I wish we'd got to win it then. Because I do think we're going to be waiting another 3-4 years to even think about.
Yeah, being in the Champions League versus the Europa League means we're much less likely to be in the final. And we're much less likely to win it. But we are much more likely to push for the league, much more likely to win FA Cups, much more likely to be a bigger club and go and upset the apple cart and draw certain players in. And we'd be more likely to go and get players like Vlahovic or Isak or whoever it is that we want to go and get. Do you know what I'm saying? For us to be able to go and get a Martin Odegaard, you know, without having top 4 football is crazy. Do you know what I mean? It shows how much he's bought into Arteta when he was on loan to want to come back. Do you know what I mean? Even though we're 8th, we've got no European football. He could have gone to a European team, but he chose to come back here. You know, so we love him for that. And then the youngsters, like we say, Smith Rowe, Saka, we know these guys can go and walk into other top 6 teams and other European teams as well. So to keep the club sustainable, we've seen the struggles we've had. Not being in the Champions League makes the club unsustainable.
Yeah, no,
and the hardest thing is to go from being 8th up to being 4th. That's what makes this season so incredible. And we haven't even been amazing. We haven't even been amazing. But that part is the part. You look at United. That's the part that United are going to struggle with for years to come, I think. Do you know what I'm saying? Because Ten Hag's going to come in. If we go and get a couple of players that we want, we go and get a top level centre mid, you know, to bolster our midfield. We go and get a top level striker. If we go and get, say, Gabriel Jesus, just make it up. If we went and got Gabriel Jesus and Vlahovic, so say Vlahovic starts, Jesus coming off the bench, and Nketiah a third choice striker, and then we went and got, I can't even think, we went and got someone like Declan Rice or something like that, right?
Yeah.
To partner with Partey. Shaka's on the bench, El Nenny's on the bench, whatever, or Calvin Phillips, right? So we got, and Rafinha, right? So we get Vlahovic, Jesus, Rafinha, and Calvin Phillips. Let's just say, making it up, those 4 players, that's the whole transfer window done. Do United finish above us? No, I don't think so. Do they finish? Like, they would really struggle to crack the way the top 4 looks right now. That's what top 4 could look like next summer. Again, they're in City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal. That could be the top 4 that needs to be cracked. Do you know what I mean? It could be a really, really tough one for them to get back to that. They're 6th place. They could drop points. Do you know what I mean? It's a really, really tough one. You know, look at you look at the players that, like I said, 7th and 8th for West Ham and Wolves. How hard would it be to get for West Ham and Wolves to get into the top 4?
Yeah.
How many years do you think it would take for West Ham or Wolves to get into the top 4?
Easily 5 years.
And that's what Arteta's been able to do in 3 years, 2.5 years. Do you know what I mean? First season he came in 8th, wasn't his team. First full season 8th, second full season 4th. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, I mean, we can call it there. Good games.
Man.
I mean, I'll let you win the second one, but it's all good.
Yeah.
And then we will pattern up. We'll pattern up later. So I mean, we'll catch up later. Give me a shout later.
The next time we're talking, we've got 3 points.
We'll do reaction. We'll jump back. We'll jump back on following our predictions. Do you know what I mean? The fans or the people that listen can hold us to account for the shit that we talk, and we can jump back on and we can see. You know what I'm saying? You man said it was going to be 3-2. Let's see what it is. You man said it was going to be 3-1, 4-1. Let's see what it is, and we can get held to account.
That's it. Let's do it, man.
All right, my guy. I'll catch you in a bit.
Love, bro.
Love, bro. Safe.
Cool.